Once upon a time, in a small, colorful village nestled between rolling green hills, there lived a little cat named Misho. Unlike most cats in the village, Misho was not interested in chasing mice or climbing trees. But what truly made Misho different was something that surprised everyone. He didn't like eating fish. While other cats dreamed of the taste of fresh fish from the river, Misho wrinkled his nose at the very smell. His friends would gather around when the fishermen returned, meowing with delight, their mouths watering as the villagers shared little pieces of their catch. Misho, however, would politely step back, waiting for something else to eat. His friends, curious and a bit puzzled, often asked him, "Misho, why don't you like fish? Isn't it every cat's favorite food?" Niski I nansi TNT. But Misho would only smile and say, "I just don't like the taste. I prefer crunchy carrots and sweet apples, or even a bowl of warm milk." At first, the other cats laughed. "Carrots? Apples? That's food for rabbits and birds," they said, shaking their heads. But Misho didn't mind. He knew what he liked, and he never tried to force himself to eat what he didn't enjoy. One sunny afternoon, the village held its annual fish festival. There were games, music, and of course, lots of fresh fish. The other cats were excited, lining up for the tastiest morsels. Misho looked around, hoping there might be something for him, too. He wove through the crowd, his tail swishing, until he found a small stand at the edge of the festival. An old woman was selling baskets of fruits and vegetables. Misho's eyes lit up when he saw a pile of crisp carrots and shiny red apples. The old woman noticed Misho and smiled kindly. "Not a fan of fish, little one?" she asked. Misho shook his head shyly. "Well, you're in luck. I have plenty of treats for you." She handed him a small carrot, which Misho crunched happily, his whiskers twitching with delight. As the festival went on, a sudden commotion arose. The river, which supplied the village with fresh fish, had become blocked by a pile of fallen branches and leaves. The villagers and cats rushed to the riverbank, worried that the festival might be ruined without more fish. The grown-up cats tried to help, but the branches were tangled tightly together. Misho watched carefully, thinking hard. He remembered how he liked to nibble on carrots and apples, and how his small size helped him wiggle into places the bigger cats couldn't reach. Maybe, just maybe, he could help. Quietly, Misho scampered down to the river's edge. The branches formed a thick wall, but between them was a small gap. Misho squeezed through, careful not to slip. On the other side, he saw that the branches were caught on a big stone. He used his nimble paws to tug at the smaller twigs, pulling and pushing until, with one final tug, the pile loosened and the water began to flow freely again. Cheers erupted from the villagers and the cats. The river was saved, and the festival could continue. Misho emerged, a bit wet but grinning from ear to ear. The other cats ran to him, their eyes wide with admiration. "You saved the festival, Misho!" they cried. "We couldn't have done it without you." Misho purred, feeling proud and happy. He had found a way to help, just by being himself. From that day on, the other cats looked at Misho differently. They realized that everyone has their own likes and dislikes, and that's what makes each of them special. Whenever there was a festival or a meal, someone would always remember to bring a carrot or an apple for Misho, just in case. And as for Misho, he taught everyone that it's okay to be different. You don't have to like what everyone else likes. What matters most is being true to yourself and using your unique talents to help others. So, if you ever feel a little different from your friends, remember Misho, the cat who didn't like fish. He found happiness not by copying others, but by being himself. And in the end, that made all the difference. And so, with a heart full of joy and a belly full of carrots, Misho curled up in his favorite sunny spot, knowing he was loved just the way he was.